welcome back to my channel. So in this last episode with Haley, I gotta say I'm pretty proud of her overall for standing her ground and standing up for herself. So Haley is starting to wake up and realize that she might be getting used, and she thinks that the amount of money she's dropped on Dalton, she spent over $20,000 just sending him money in prison, and on top of that dropping over $12,000 on a lawyer for Dalton. So she spent over $32,000 on this man, and it's starting to not sit right with her. So also we do have a few updates that $12,000 she dropped on a lawyer was successful, because Dalton is about to be getting out of prison any day now. If you didn't see my last video talking about Dalton's mom, she confirmed that. She also confirmed that Dalton is going to be on another season of Love After Lockup with or without Haley. So after Haley found out that Dalton sent his ex $550 from her lawyer, it's been about a week and she hasn't talked to Dalton once, and Dalton said he's really going through the gigs and missing Haley and depressed. And Dalton said that Haley's the love of his life, and when the producers asked Dalton if he was talking to any of his exes or what he dropped $20,000 on in prison in a matter of less than a year since dating Haley, he refused to answer any of those questions, which is obvious he's up to some shady business, because if he wasn't, he would have no problem being open about it and explaining what he spent it on, because it only makes him look more shady when you avoid to answer questions like that, in my opinion. So Haley decides to try to pop in and go visit Dalton. She usually has to schedule visits day in advance, but she's hoping that she can go puppy dog these guards into letting her see Dalton. And Haley hasn't seen Dalton in over a month in person, because Dalton only gets 2 visits a month. So the producers asked Dalton if he was withholding any secrets from Haley, and he just laughed. He thinks this is all a joke, and if I was Haley watching his interviews, I would be irate and super upset, because Haley's been nothing but honest with Dalton, but Dalton hasn't been forthcoming or transparent with Haley about all his dealings. So Haley ended up not being able to visit Dalton, but as she was leaving the prison, Dalton happened to call her, so Haley pulled over the car and decided to have a moment of truth with Dalton. So Dalton tries to save grace with Haley by reading her some BS poem that he wrote, saying, "I don't want no more fights or stupid drama, I just want you for eternity." And he was just hoping that he could woo Haley with his words instead of his actions. And for a moment I thought it was going to work, because Haley was saying that Dalton has a way with his words. He should run for president because he could have a bunch of people believing the BS he says. And it's just like, man, words are just words. Words don't mean anything if you don't have the actions to back them up. Trust me, I've been there, done that, been in plenty of toxic relationships where I thought with my vagina or my heart instead of my brain, and believed BS just because I wanted so bad for it to be true. But 9 out of 10 times, most of the BS that was told to me was just that, BS. So Haley said, "I appreciate that and all, but I'm going to be real with you. My checks are going completely to you." And Haley says she spent over $20,000 on Dalton in less than a year. And Dalton, all he could say was, "Well, isn't that what you're supposed to do when you're dating someone in jail? You knew what you were getting into when you started dating me. This is what you signed up for, so don't complain about it now." So then Haley finally cut to the chase and said, "Well, didn't you ask me for money for an ex-girlfriend?" And Dalton said, "No, that's absolutely ridiculous." And he got like all high-pitched, and you know when someone's voice starts getting high-pitched, they're lying. So Haley said that Dalton literally asked her for money every single day. Literally every time they talk on the phone, he hits her up asking her to send him money, and she does it. And now Haley is sick and tired of it, especially with the fact that Dalton has nothing to show for all the money, and she spent more money on Dalton than her own child. So Dalton tries to manipulate Haley by saying, "Oh, I just spilled my heart out to you, and this is how you do me." So Dalton was like, "How can you talk to me like that if you say you love me?" And Haley was like, "You know what? F you. I don't love you no more. I hope you don't get out of prison." And then Haley said she's done with Dalton, and Dalton ended up hanging up on her. So it seems like Haley is starting to see the light. She said that Dalton took advantage of her and her situation, and he pushed her and pushed until she couldn't take it anymore. And Dalton said he still absolutely loves Haley and will fight for Haley back, because you know Dalton is going to be struggling now, because Haley made life super easy for Dalton in prison by sending him tons of money. So we shall see if Haley's officially done with Dalton for good. I think that Dalton needs to focus on himself. He still has a lot of growing up and learning to do before he's ready to be in a relationship. And then they showed a first look at Haley in the next episode, and she meets up with that girl who kind of looked like Tia, like her tomboy friend that she went out with drinks for earlier in the season with. Well, they show Haley and her going on a boat ride, and that girl starts spilling her heart out to Haley, saying she likes Haley, wants to be with her. And I think they'd be a cute couple. That girl works with Haley, so she has a job and income, but we have no idea if Haley's into girls or not. I kind of figured when she went out to have drinks with this girl that they're going to end up with some sort of plot twist where this girl ends up falling for Haley. And do you guys think that Haley's going to give this girl a chance and try to date her friend? Like, let me know in the comments below. And do you think Haley's officially done with Dalton for good? Dalton's mom said in a Facebook post that Dalton is still very much in love with Haley and believes she's the one. But I think he's just in love with the money and what she can do for Dalton financially instead of actually being in love with her as a person. Like, I always thought it was sus that they went to school together and Dalton didn't even know who she was or give her the time of day back then. He was pretty much Ray Charles to Haley, but as soon as she got that settlement, he was giving her the time of day. But that's it for this video, guys. I got 2 videos coming for you guys, hopefully in the morning. I tried to upload them and they instantly got demonetized, which is super frustrating because YouTube won't tell me why they demonetize my videos. Sometimes that's why you guys hear me trying to replace words with certain words where I sound like a kindergartner. The reason I do that is because I don't want to get my videos demonetized, and I just really wish YouTube would be like, hey, this is why we demonetized your video, so I know what I did wrong so I could fix it. But sometimes YouTube will sometimes misunderstand certain things I said even when I try to say things the right way and demonetize my videos. So I gotta wait until hopefully the morning when an actual person can review my video, and hopefully it will be monetized by then. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.